Hey guys, it's the last day of March, so welcome to the homeschool update for March. Hey guys, real quick, I want to tell you about my new curriculum. It's Heroes a Character, and it is a character-based curriculum that you can use during morning time, tea time, or bedtime. It seamlessly blends science, nature studies, heroes, history, and character traits and skills that you want your kids to learn. So if you haven't had a chance to check it out, head over to my website. It's downhomewithlemonpie.com and check it out for yourself. All right, guys, welcome back. If you are brand new to my channel, welcome. I'm so excited you're here. Please don't forget to subscribe and like and share the videos. If you don't already know, I am Laura Wilkie. I'm a Christian stay-at-home homeschool mom. I have 6 kiddos. My girls are 10 and 8. I have 2 boys that are 6 and 5. And then I have twins, girl-boy twins that are 2.5. We are currently doing My Father's World, Exploring Countries and Cultures. If you don't know about their program, they have a family learning cycle that cycles through 5 years. And you just keep repeating that with all of your children as they grow. So it covers all the things, history, Bible, science. It has other things included too for enrichment like art and music and some other things. So anyways, that's what we're doing. About every 2 weeks in this curriculum, you study a new country. And you're not studying the countries. This is what I love about this curriculum. You're not studying the countries so that you can fit in with their country or their culture. You're not studying it so that you can learn to be like them. What you're learning is you're actually studying to learn about God's hand in those countries. There's a lot of focus on missionaries and people in other countries who do not know Christ or do not have access to Christ. There's a huge focus on missionaries as a whole with all of My Father's World curriculum. In fact, they donate, I think it's 50% of their total sales to missions. So it's a great program if you are not familiar with it. And I'm not affiliated with them. I just want to promote it because I love it. When we started out March, we were started out with India. And if you watched my video for February, you saw that we kind of ended on a crazy note. We had a random blizzard, blizzard for Texas, right in the middle. I don't know what my hair is doing, but it's anyways, we had a random blizzard right in the middle of our school's weeks, and it kind of threw us off. So anyways, we were a little bit off on our read alouds, and one of the things that's so good about My Father's World is that there's a big focus on learning through literature and reading and like doing a read aloud, and also book baskets where the kids read and learn things on their own. So it is so great. And when we came to India, we were already kind of going to run behind on our read alouds. I already knew that, and I went in because I had so many that I had picked out. Anyways, so let me just tell you guys how those went. I'm going to start with our favorite. This was our absolute favorite read aloud, guys. I know I raved about it in the February video, but at that point, we were not all the way done with this book. We were only about 5 chapters in, and so I didn't know completely how we were gonna feel about this book. I'm gonna tell you now, though, it is so, so good. And I went back on their, this is by Rod and Staff, by the way. I went back to Rod and Staff's website, and there's another one. Actually, there's 2. There's one for, this is like the middle age level. There's one for younger kids. If you have little ones tagging along in this curriculum, there's an Adventures in Mohan, but it's called something different, but it has Mohan. And then there's an older one too for bigger kids. This is the one we read. It's kind of middle of the road. My oldest is 4th grade. Obviously, my youngest are toddlers, but the youngest that was comprehending this is preschool. So this was the perfect book for us. We loved this book. We learned so much about India, and it's really going to be one that I recommend. Okay, guys, another read aloud we did was this one. If you watched my February video, you know I was excited about this book. But as I am reading more and more in this series, this Who Was, What Was series, I am deciding to not continue this series. Here and there, I am seeing little bits of things slid in that do not line up with our values and our beliefs. We are a very conservative family, and there's a little bit of other things going on, a little bit of an agenda, if you know what I'm talking about. So I enjoyed learning about Mother Teresa. We did learn some more stuff about her. However, I feel like a better book would have been a better one to go with. I had to do, especially when it got near the end, I had to do a lot of discussions with my kiddos about whether or not the information being presented was accurate. And yeah, that's all I'm going to say about that. If you have seen that same trend, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, guys. This is one I intended to get to, and I did not get to this one. I did talk about wanting to get to it, and it's about Amy Carmichael, missionary, and we didn't get to this one yet. I don't have a read aloud for Russia, so I may pull it out then. That's probably what I'm going to do, which we actually start next week. We're going to start April with Russia. So yeah, I'll probably try to get this one in. Okay, one that we really enjoyed was this one. Only thing, we liked the story itself, but this particular version is not going to be my favorite at all. I was not familiar with the book, like the full book of the Jungle Book. So really the only experience I had from this story was from the Disney movie. I know, that's lame, but that's the only experience I had. So I thought reading it to my kids, it would be really fun, learning about Mowgli and his adventures. However, we did do that, but there came a point when it just stopped. And I didn't realize that this book actually has several books inside of it, and they're completely different stories. So we're reading about Mowgli and going along, Mowgli this and Mowgli that, and he did this and he did that. And then it just ended. And there was no closure, okay? So I don't know if that is how, I know this is abridged. I don't know if that's why, or if that's really how that story goes. It just ends. I don't know. But the kids were really into it, and they kept asking, well, what happened to Mowgli? Because it went on to these other stories. It talked about Rikki Tikki Tavi, and it did a whole thing about this mongoose, and then it had a whole nother story about Tamai and the elephants, and the whole time, those were interesting, but at the same time, in the back of our minds, we were all wondering, where in the world did Mowgli go? And it never came back to him. So we're probably going to be getting the full version and tying up some loose ends at some point. So yeah, but I will say that this book, which I got on Book Outlet, if you are not familiar with Book Outlet, guys, seriously, you need to go and check it out because I am finding the best deals there. But if you spend $35, guys, you get free shipping. And if you use the link below, I'm pretty sure you can get $5 off, and that's a huge savings. So anyways, I have a link below if you are wanting to sign up as well. But Jungle Book is a fun story. I had this like sitting out on the table for the kids to flip through. It's a seek and find, so each little section, it had things for them to look for in the picture, and they loved this. I just did this read aloud with my 4 oldest, and they would kind of put this in between them all, and they would look at this and find the pictures and point them out very quietly while I was reading along with this. Whoop. There you go. So that was a great pair to do those together. Anyway, so that was fun. We did read or watch a movie. I love to watch movies that go with the books, like a big family night to kind of end that story. And we did do that. We did 2 different versions. My youngest little guy, he's 5. He watched the animated version of Jungle Book 2, the little Disney thing. And I'm not a huge Disney fan, but I feel like those ones are okay. And then the rest of us We actually watched for the first time, we hadn't seen it, and I thought it was really well done, but it's the Jungle Book that was put out just kind of probably a couple years back, and it has actual people. It's like a real, like they're really in a jungle, and the animals, they're not really real, but they look like they're really real. And anyway, we watched that, and I thought it was really well done. We all enjoyed it. Obviously, it didn't follow along with the story that well, but honestly, this was kind of choppy too, so it didn't matter, you know, but it was okay. So anyways, that was what we did for India, but then we had China, okay? For China, we had so many exciting things to learn about for China because we actually have a very interesting family. My husband is the only biological child in his immediate family. He has 5 sisters, and 4 of them have been adopted from China. And so his parents have been to China multiple times. They have a ton of actual souvenirs and things for the kids to investigate and look at and enjoy. So the kids actually went to grandma's. We started China. I did a whole week of China at home with my kids. And then it just so happened that grandma wanted to take them for a week, and it happened to be that week. So I said, hey, if you're going to have them, why not do a short little, you know, hands-on, show and tell, whatever. So the kids actually got to do some really cool things. They got to watch some actual DVDs that were from China, some cartoons. She had a ton of neat things. I showed some pictures on Instagram and Facebook if you guys are following me there. If you're not, go find me there. But I shared some of the things that they got to do. When they came back home, I made, for the very first time, orange chicken, which turned out very well. It was super delicious, and the kids enjoyed it. My husband made fried rice because he loves to make that all the time. We just bought some frozen egg rolls and added that on the side, and some dumplings, and we had a whole festival, I guess, of China, of food. We did read this book, The 7 Chinese Brothers. It was really good. Kind of about how different people have different skills and they can use them in different ways. So we read that. We also read this. You can't tell what it's called, but it's the story of chopsticks. It looks like that. I did like this one, and we also watched some YouTube videos on how chopsticks are made. This is kind of a legend. I'm pretty sure. I don't know that it's actually accurate. I guess it could be. So anyway, we did that. We also did this. I just did this one with my oldest 2 girls. I wanted my boys to hear this one too, so I'm going to be doing this one later again with them. But it is A Grain of Rice. We actually read this in one sitting, so I was a little nervous, thinking, oh my gosh, I have so many read alouds, we're never going to get through them all. And then as it turned out, I was able to do this one in one day, like one morning time. So, and the reason for that is at the end of this, there's a whole, like, this is only 68 pages. The last part of this is all like a math lesson, which I summed up for the girls. So anyway, and it's like, it's not terribly long. So see. Anyway, super good though. I do recommend this. If you've not read it, I definitely recommend getting this. Okay, the next country after China is Japan, and Japan has been really fun. We have learned how green tea is made, how soy sauce is made. We just watched YouTube videos, guys. We learned about some samurai stuff. We also watched some videos on some cool, like, Japanese cooking, like the little Japanese steakhouses. We watched some of those videos. We watched some videos on some crazy knife skills in the kitchen, these crazy things they can do. Anyway, so we watched some cool videos. We are actually finishing up Japan tomorrow. We have one more book to read, just a small picture book. It's The Tale of the Mandarin Ducks. It's an old classic, and we'll read that. I know they're gonna love it because it's one that I enjoyed also in my childhood. It's just a real good classic. But we also read Japanese Twins by Lucy Fitch Perkins. If you saw my earlier videos, like at the beginning of the school year, apparently I ordered the wrong version of this because the one I ordered does not come with the illustrations. So if you are looking to order this, it looks like this. It does not have the illustrations. That is so pertinent for these books. These are the books by Lucy Fitch Perkins. They were written, I don't even know if this one says, and I may not even remember, but like 100 years ago, okay? Maybe the 20s, 1920s, or maybe before that. So anyways, there's a whole series of these. We read the Dutch twins earlier in our school year. There's the French twins, the Italian twins, the Mexican twins, American Revolution twins. I'm actually considering the Spartan twins for next year when we do the next level in My Father's World, the Family Learning Cycle, which is creation to the Greeks. I'm considering the Spartan twins. But anyway, we read this and the kids and I had a good laugh because I kept, in the book, it tells you like, it'll say, oh, you can see a picture of this in the image below. And there's no picture. And so the kids and I had a good laugh about that. But if you want to get this, I bought it in hard copy because I prefer books in hard copy versus the Kindle, but the Kindle does have the illustrations. So anyway, Japanese twins, we read that. So next is Russia. I'm super excited. We're going to start that on Monday. Like I said, I don't really have a read aloud for that. I'm probably going to try to get some of this read. It's a little long, so I don't know that we'll get all of it read. We'll see. We'll see. But I'm also, remember, I never got to this one, the Belgian book mystery that I had wanted to do. So we may do that. I don't know. But I also purchased this from Rod and Staff. And I might end up starting with this. This is Amanda Musselman, early 1900s, missionary to Philadelphia. It's about a missionary, and that's part of what our curriculum is about this year. And also, it's not very long. Like I could do this probably in one morning time, maybe two. But I'm excited to share this one with the kids. So we're definitely going to do this, and then we'll see. I'm not sure. I really want to do this one. This is the one that will be more touching to their hearts. So this will probably be the one I'll do. I'll probably be doing it at bedtime and morning time so that we can get it moving a little faster. That means for the time being, we've put down a couple of our normal morning time books, like Missionary Stories with the Millers that we had recently started. We've kind of put that on hold for a short time, but we're going to pick it back up. I know we will back in this, like when we get back to summer. So anyways, I looked at our calendar the other day, guys, and we're only 6 weeks away from being done, which is actually about 2 or 3 weeks ahead of schedule. So I'm super excited about that. Yeah, I don't know. I'm excited about that. Anyways, guys, if you are not following me, like I said, on Instagram or Facebook, go find me there. If you haven't already checked out my new curriculum, I talked about it at the beginning of this video. Please go check it out. See if it's a good fit. And until next time, guys, I'll see you later.